etc. It just seems like it's going to be one of those harder counters. However, we're going to have to look at OG's whole lineup. As they said, it's a 5-core.
It really is. It really is. Notail playing the support, Death Prophet, Saxa playing the support, Naga Siren, and yeah, we're respectively mid one on the safe lane with the Gyro, and of course Seb playing this Monkey King down bottom. I mean, over on the side of Tundra, we've got some pretty more standard stuff, right? There's nothing sort of too surprising with who's playing what.
No, just an overall lack of stuns across the board in this game is really what I'm seeing. Sure, we've got mini stuns and whatnot, like from Clockwork, and we got some Aether Remnant that comes out from the Void Spirit, but we have your very non-traditional stunning lineup as, you know, Boundless Strike, Hook Shot are your probable best stuns, and I guess an Ensnare in the midst of the works. And, I mean, Homing Missile, like we said, there's very little stuns, so it's going to be, I feel like we're going to have some pretty weird fights kicking off here a lot of the times.
And let's see how Topson can do here in the lane. I mean, how will he do? I mean,
I think he'll do great.
Why do most people not play Sniper? Like, well, what's wrong with this hero? Why do so many teams not want to ever touch it?
I've been seeing it get picked up a little bit more in pubs. I think he's been what he is forever. He's risky. You get collapsed on and you're just dead. But I feel like that's where the Mage Slayer might be that difference maker. I've seen him do it on the Sniper in pubs before too, and maybe he can actually hold his ground in the midst of it. I think also they have great ways of resetting and restarting fights, right? They have Naga Siren, so you can kind of dictate what fight you actually take. So that's probably why they were inclined for that Sniper.
And on these side lanes, I mean, who's under sort of the biggest pressure here? Is there any sort of duo lane that you can see causing issues early for either side?
I could see the bottom lane if they just misplay at all, really. There's a lot of potential that I can see just from Chakra Magic and just spamming Earthshock. Although Earthshock's cooldown, of course, has gotten greatly increased since his prime. We gotta hold that for a second. His top, the missile's coming out on 33.
Yeah, they're chasing him down. They've got the Rocket Barrage. 33. He's trying to hide in the trees, but they've got him. First blood here for the safe lane of OG, this Gyro Death Prophet duo.
I was going to say that I do believe the offlaners in particular in this game look like they should have a pretty tough one, because even top, this is a double ranged, and even as wonky as it kind of does sound, it can definitely set up for kills. Like, Viper is so slow. If they ever see a position where Viper is close to their tower, they can likely make the aggressive move.
It's going to be has to be very careful how far it comes out there, 33.
And they also, like, Notail gets a big benefit that he's actually playing versus a hero like Clockwork, even though he's a 5 Death Prophet, which is so weird, but the Spirit Siphon's actually kind of value.
We're seeing so far in the mid lane, 9 having the slight lead here against Topson. I think I think this is expected. Right? I think the lane is easier to play at the first few levels as the Void Spirit, right? You're just going to have that easier time with the CS, and sure, you're going to be constantly peeped by the Sniper, but that pulse will protect you from some of the harass.
I mean, 9 has to be a little careful here. Topson actually juked.
He might just be dead,
9 actually might.
Yeah.
You were saying that as he
walked up
trying to get aggressive.
Yeah, I was saying, oh, he's fine, you know, he popped the shield. But yeah, Topson really pushing him to the limits there.
It's different because Topson doesn't need to expend nearly like anything pretty much on actual regen besides his initial, because he just is always so far back. He's getting clipped by a couple of these resonant pulses, but we see 9 is really getting bullied because of that mid ward that Topson has.
Ship top note out. He's trying to make a go onto 33. Mid one coming in with a rocket barrage damage. Is it enough to take him down? They'll lose Notail. But mid one is going to be able to clean up 33 in return. So, you know, losing the offlaner for a support, and OG's carry getting the cleanup kill. Mid one's going to still be very happy with that sort of trade.
I thought Seb would have a little bit of a harder time down bottom, but he's actually owning. Just like the last time I actually saw him play the Monkey King, he's doing great. Topson.
He's trying to stand his ground here, but 9's got a DD. Topson trying to keep it. This is he's going to be able to do it. Oh my goodness! Steps to the side, gets the kill. I mean, in 9, you know, he tasted that You know, he sets up the Remnant, he gets the DD for himself, but Topson just able to kite him. Top lane, 33. He's now getting back and he's cleaning up this lane. He takes down the two of them. Both Mid1 and N0tail taken out there this time by Tundra.
Cannot believe Topson actually survives and gets the kill there. That's so crazy. Yeah, I was mentioning Sabi's actually doing so well bottom. Like, he's really leading over the Ursa right now. I know Sox is really messing with this lane down here, just with these illusions, constantly pulling it and just resetting the positioning. But wow, I thought Seb would at least get slowed down. He's got like every single last hit in the lane.
We're going to see that replay again. Look at this. I mean, look, you know, Nine, he's smiling then. He's like, okay, I've got the DD rune, just a few hits, just one more, just one. Ah.
What was that? 3 out of 4 hits. He got the headshot.
Topson gives it a little bit of a smile there. I mean, you gotta. That was close. That was close.
Every little thing mattering.
Nine back to the lane, but he's used all his bottle charges. So again, this harassment from Topson, as you know, Nine, he's got no regen. So.
And Topson 6. I mean, of course, he doesn't skill the assassinate. He actually gets the extra point in the headshot, but the threat is there. So 9 actually has to back away.
Yeah.
Sure, he can play around with it with the simulate, but still.
See any signs of what Mid1's roadmap's going to be this game? What sort of crazy builds are we going to have from him? He's got coming out. Just
he's on Falcon Blade, probably, right?
Yeah. Standard. As it seems to be now on these sort of cores. Or 9. He's got to dissimulate. Oh, Topson, has he got any more shrapnels? He's got one more shrapnel. 9's in trouble.
He's just getting peeped. Yeah, we'll be able to run away. But Topson's trying to find the angle, right?
I mean, there's no way he finds him. Surely not. It was close, but not quite getting him. Top lane. N0tail will go down. Let's see if Mid1 can find either of them in return. It looks to be a little difficult now. There's Biver. Oh, he'll live. And Mid1, he won't. Another 2 kills on this top lane now, where Tundra, they're really starting to punish this greed of this Gyro Death Prophet safe lane. 33, he's getting kill after kill now.
Yeah, Biver playing it really nicely, being able to isolate them and just play really on the skin of his teeth there. As Saksa looks like he's trying to mess with and just get some information on stacks. As he got an illusion rune, he's trying to out-micro them, and it looks like it's kind of going to work. They're not going to bother chasing. I'm just still seeing Seb all the way at the top of this net worth. I mean, this is a really good start for them. 7 minutes, and he's nearly level 7. And 9. That was weird. He had the ensnare on him as he left to dissimulate. That was very weird interaction.
Yeah, I guess he...
Same frame?
I mean, yeah,
caught him as he dissimulated?
Yeah, same time he was going in, yeah. Must have been.
Yeah, it looked like it.
On top.
Mid1 now level 6 up top.
Now, yeah,
much harder now for 33.
Still though, he's level 7. He's off to the side, and he's going to be fine. Viper strikes up. He's going to turn around, try and get the damage done, but this time backups here from Seb. Seb will come across. They do still lose Mid1, so getting the kill on the way out. C9 off to the retreat, jumping into the pit, but Seb and Topson, they're looking to chase. Boundless strike down on the 2 of them. He's got another astral step. Viper dropping the cogs. He's got just enough distance to get out of there. N0tail still trying to chase on towards Fighter. Actually, Seb, he's not done either. Goes in with the spring, onto Biver. Biver's going to be fine. 9 in with the invis, maybe seeing if he can come out and burst one of the 2 of them. He's going to look towards N0tail. N0tail having the siphon. That's his last charge of it. So after this comes to an end, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. He's going to try for the TP out, but Biver's over with the cogs, and they will punish N0tail for his attempt to chase.
Middle tower is under attack.
Crazy aggression coming out already toward that side.
Mid1.
Now 33 goes bottom, and Mid1. He just went there.
Yeah, he's died a few too many times here now as the Gyro. You know, this ain't no joke from last game. Mid1 definitely having a much rougher start here.
He can't just spin to win this time around. He actually just has to show up to the fights, and he's very fragile when he does. See, Topson gets himself a nice... He actually stacks a triple stack. So he's got something to work with, and we see it queued up already, right? He's got the Mage Slayer queued up. We knew he's going to do it.
I mean, as we stress, it's just, you know, it's such great stats, everything to have. You know, it's all you could want as sort of a, especially as this sort of squishy, agi core that also has a great range of attack, right? You know, anytime a hero's coming at Thompson, he gets one hit on them, and then sort of, you know, the combo, you know, heroes like this Void Spirit, the damage output is not only reduced, but he also has that magic resistance. So the chance is, if 9 comes in and drops all of his abilities onto Thompson, he's probably only going to do half his HP, even at that, once the reductions come into play.
Yeah, I guess I think this item is going to look to get picked up a lot more by these agi cores, in particular versus the spirits. Just the spirits really get countered. So even like Pox, Leshrax, I think this will be an item on the rise. As you just get so much out of it. Seeing the invasion coming out from Tundra, they will be able to maybe get No Tail here as he steps up a bit far, and also take away some bounties.
Yeah, 9's able to easily jump in. Get the setup. Siphons are helping him a little bit. Quite a bit, but not enough. Skeeter able to get those swipes stacked up. As No Tail will fall 9 for 4. Tundra doing a very good job of getting these kills this time around.
Biver, he's actually got eyes on Thompson, but now he's in the middle of 4 heroes.
Yeah, he's just going to turn over towards him. Biver needs help. Is he going to get it? 33's thinking about getting involved, but Biver already falling. Biver's down, and the rest of Tundra Esports, they back off.
It's close to him getting, it was really close to him actually finding Thompson at low HP there. They just had turned up right afterwards. Just getting this nice ward on the high ground, being able to see the invasion. They just wrapped around him. As we see Thompson again, he's stacking up some camps, looking to finish up this Mage Slayer. And Skeeter, he's just continuing to get closer and closer toward his Battle Fury. He's only 1 piece away. So he's also still having a really good time on this Ursa.
And that's wild there. We saw on the camp stats. Yeah, Thompson, he's done 9 stacks already, just 11 minutes in all by himself. So some incredible efficiency on the sniper.
He does them a lot of times. He goes to farm them at the timing of when you can stack. So he just like peeps each one once, throws a shrapnel into the third, and he actually stacks 3 camps at a time. So it's just efficient movements, as you said.
It definitely feels that this time round, you know, we saw last game, mid one sort of take the spotlight. This game, it's going to be Thompson carrying. He's the carrier, the sniper. I
mean, him and mid one, or him and Seb, sorry, in particular.
Oh, and Seb, yeah, that's true. Really actually, Seb's making a pretty good supporting act, as they do manage to get in on Thompson. Caught in the midst of the river. They're going to try and jump in for more. Mid one getting focused by Skeeter, but he's able to kite him up for now. No Tail and Seb move over to jump towards Fada on the back lines. There's DD ready in the river. Mid one will grab that and say, oh, that'll help me continue to farm. As he goes back to the jungle.
And they will find Thompson, though. Remember, it is still the sniper that was picked into some heroes that can get on top of him. Clockwork, one of the better ones, and the Void Spirit still can collapse on him. He doesn't have that Mage Slayer finish just yet, so very vulnerable.
Yeah, just a bit of an awkward position for him to be in, just sort of standing in the front of the river.
Yeah.
And we see, of course, thanks to that bit of a move. Skeeter, he's going to hit very good timing on the Battle Fury. Like, this Ursa's, without a doubt, going to be able to keep up in farming. If the Battle Fury does come out within this next minute, he's going to be farming in a pace that, you know, Thompson might be able to keep up with, but the rest of them are going to struggle unless they're finding kills.
And they're even looking to set up for mid. Mid one is low HP bottom, 700. They'll show themselves finally, though, as No Tail puts a ward down. They'll be able to farm safely, and looks like they are finishing up a couple items here. And 33 just keeps forcing this top lane as hard as he possibly can. They have this ward behind. A nice little juke there by Soxa.
Not going to hold Biver back. The support is here. Fada by the side, Seb. He's thinking about trying for this fight for the trees. They're not prepared for this. As the Wukong's command is dropped down, 9 is brought across. So the ensnare popped in with the assassinate coming down. Fada, he's trying to run. Have they got any other damage to catch him, though? It doesn't look like it. Fada's already out.
He actually gets away.
They get themselves all out of there. 9 might go back in.
I cannot believe the coddle.
There's 9.
Now they're going to turn.
Yeah, he's looking for a way to get in on this. Saxon's going to try for the TP out. They got the Remnant. Ooh. Good attempt from 9, but not quite quick enough there.
That was so close and nice by Fada recalling the rest of his team up there just to be sure that they can guarantee that they get this tower. And it's going to save the TP for Skeeter, so he can look to go back bottom if he'd like to. And hey, Battle Fury's done. Very good timing for him, and you'll be able to keep that pace going. Mid one, he's going for his own farming item, going for Mask of Madness to try to match. But it's going to be tough to match the Ursa for some time.
Goes out from N0tail in an attempt to finish off this tier 1 tower bottom. Thompson, Mage Slayer on its way. He's going to go for the Aghanims next in this build.
Oh, that's okay.
I mean, I can see him sort of going Ags, and then I wonder if we see something wild like the sort of full-out magical build, you know, where you sort of go for like the E-Blade, the cooldown reducing items, and the Blink, you know, obviously. Arcane Blink, Octarine, E-Blade, dude, that's the build.
Thompson, he's grabbed up here by Biver.
So they get Biver. Let's see if they want to get any more out of this. Tundra. Hey, they're going to have 9 jumping in. 9 commits. He's able to burst through N0tail. They'll find themselves the trade.
Looks like N0tail's happy when he gets Viper striked as the 5 Death Prophet. He tipped 33 almost instantly right after that. I don't know. I think Thompson might actually have to go for a little bit more right-click damage, though. I think this Ags is really nice because the catch, as we mentioned, is really, really awful. And, I mean, just the stun versus Void Spirit could get him killed a lot of the times. But, I mean, we'll see. I've seen a couple builds from Thompson in his pubs. I'm trying to remember them off the top of my head because it's usually like this. It's usually Mage Slayer into this, and then I think he still goes right-click damage after.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Open for change.
We'll see how much fun he wants to have with it. I said that if you do get like the Octarine and the Arcane Blink, you know, that cooldown's down to like a few seconds. You're just popping assassinates out left, right, and center. But you're right. It's not necessarily very good. I've
noticed something.
It's a little too far.
These players like Thompson, you know, they understand where the build hits its limit, unlike you, where you just overcommit and you just full commit the build into one thing.
Now, come on, I'm telling you, my Aghanim Shard, Octarine, Arcane Blink, Wind Ranger build, it's going to catch on soon. Just
getting some time to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close one, this one as well. 60 minutes at 11 for 8. It's been up and down a little bit. I mean, it's just sort of an interesting dynamic, you know, the OG's lineup has got, as usual. You know, it was sort of the fact that they do have these 3 cores scaling very well into carries, whereas Tundra is going to be more about just making sure that Skeeter has a solid game. Interesting build for Skeeter as well. Goes for the Battle Fury and then does actually go for the Blink after the Battle Fury this game. So what does this sort of say to you? Is it just sort of just getting on top of Thompson?
I mean, that used to be the style pretty much always versus the sniper. Everyone get Blink to collapse on him, so.
Yeah.
And with this recall, this is nice. He actually recalls him into the Roche pit. This is not going to be expected, and yeah, no way OG can contest this. We said OG, they're looking to just get their farm on, finish up the Meteor Hammer in particular on Soxa, so that he can be that big fighting force, but they're gonna have to weather the storm of now this Aegis push that's coming out.
There we go.
As Thompson's found.
There they are. They're straining on top of him. They're popping the song. Sax is trying to save him. The Remnant's down, though, and inside the Pudley's taking a lot of damage. Thompson, and he can't get out of it. Thompson will go down. They get the setup for the hammer. Down onto 33 as they take down Biver. They'll also get the Viper. I think if they can get everyone else out of here, though, Tundra, they'll be okay with this. Losing 2 heroes, but slowing down Thompson's game. And also a fight. N0tail has used the Exorcism. You know, multiple ults will use. So if Tundra can make sure they don't lose anything else here, this will be okay for them. 9.
It's a long ensnare, and now a long silence.
He's getting blocked off as well. Skeeter's coming in from the side, but 9 he is just straight dead. And Skeeter, he's got to run. If they've got any sort of chase, Seb has got the Primal Spring up if he wants to try and continue to go for this, but Biver's back in the game. They won't dive any further.
Wait, what happened? He had Yules.
Did he have all his spells on cooldown? He stood there and he got ensnared.
I have to see it. He had Yules and his full 20 stick up. He didn't use either.
I mean, dude, he was walking around right next to the Naga Siren.
Well, he got because then he got silenced after, but he had Yules up for quite some time, and then just I think he got hit by him. I have to rewatch.
Did we have it clicked on it? I know this is actually just after.
No, yeah, Yules is up. And the wand.
Wand is up.
I guess he gets hit by the Boundless, but he sat waiting for some time.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I guess he sort of just turned off for the moment, 9, and was maybe thinking about other things, looking elsewhere on the map. I don't know, but yeah, he just lets himself die. Skeeter. Going in onto Notel. That's going to be taken down the Ursa pretty quickly the once. That's the Aegis Con. Can they do it a second time? Over towards the mid. 33 commits for the Viper Strike out onto Saxa. Skeeter trying to jump out up to the high ground and away. He will make it out of there. But that is Tundra going through the Aegis and not really getting too much more done with it. They get a couple of kills, but no, nothing objective-wise.
No, definitely didn't get as much as I feel like they had wanted to here. As I think OG, they can just reset. They did lose Topson, which was pretty huge for them, but they can reset and they're still in a comfortable spot. I mean, mid one is now, he's getting that farm on, right? That's why they have this big kind of like triple scaling lineup. If one dies, the other can pick up the weight. The mid one has Manta pretty much done, so he's still pretty farmed on this gyro.
Yeah, he's slowly cruising along. You know, it's no Midas spot sort of farm timing as we saw last game, but definitely making a very solid recovery, seeing as he did have this beginning where he pretty much died 4 times back to back. But that has all been left in the past now, as he manages to keep on track with Skeeter's farm. Skeeter, of course, he is an Ursa who got a great timing on a Battle Fury, so definitely very impressive to see from mid one in terms of the recovery he has made.
Fada. Seb, been stalking him for quite some time now, but Fada will be able to get away as a lot of rotations coming out. Tundra, they do not want this to happen. In mid one, he's sticking around.
I mean, Seb's looking for this. Does he want to? Does he want to go for
That's
Fada?
a hook shot. They're setting up. They're bringing Soxa. They want to use the sleep here.
Yeah, Seb's giving them the info from the back lines, and they'll take Fada out straight away over the boundless strike. Song in place from Saxa. He's looking to set things up for the Meteor Hammer onto the two of them. Wukong's command, the combo executed to perfection. And they're not done yet. They're looking for 9. 9 should be fine though. Still has to simulate. Astral Step. Yule's up in a second. Over to the side he goes. See if they can catch this. And Seb, oh, nice move.
Cuts it.
Turns, cuts the tree of Seb. He's got to simulate up in a second, but the ensnare's out. And he's got no options left.
What a nice read there by OG too. I think I've been watching Seb stalking the Coddle a lot of the times. I think he wants to make sure to take him out. The blinding light's been frustrating him a bunch there, and they get this beautiful setup because of it. They overchase. I saw Sox actually pop Tome right before that happens, so he gets level 2 Song for the radius as well. Charges in, catches everybody. Perfect from OG.
Oh, let's check this again. This is why they love the Saxa Naga Siren and why they pick it up as early as they do. You don't get much better setup than what you could do as this Naga Siren Meteor Hammer in the game. You know, this is as good as it gets, and Saxa just executes it perfectly. Pretty much all the time. You know, there was that clip the other day, but other than that, you know, he does it perfectly.
Yeah. You know, everyone trips up once. Twice, though, you know. Saxa, we can't let you do it twice, so keep it up. Not perfect. On point, and it's every time that it feels like it's every time that it's going to be the 2 heroes are next to each other, just like we saw the other day from them playing it. And the frequency now, right? He had popped the Tome right before. That's a level 12, level 2 Song. So it's only got 20-second downtime now after they all do respawn and start getting into their position. So OG, they can probably look to just do something like that again, because Wukong's has pretty much same synergy with that 110-second cooldown. And now they got a full round of items coming out too, the BKB in particular on Seb, so he can play. He can actually stay in his Wukongs, because now, like I said, 2 or 3 times now I've seen the Coddle blinding lighting him out. He can stick on targets, and yeah, these fights are going to get harder and harder, it feels like, for Tundra. 9? Almost shows his face in mid.
Yeah, sitting very, very ready for him here, OG.
Skeeter has a fresh BKB now as well, too, so he's quite a bit stronger inside of these fights, too. He's just been getting... It's really just been him getting isolated. The fights just start out and 2 people are dead, so they have to back away. They're going to smoke. I'm going to look to get their own initiation.
Well, they see Topson. Can they get on top of him? There we go. Skeeter's running down the river. He's ready to make the jump. They're in. They're on him. But the Song is there. Saxa's in with the counterplay. He puts a stop to the attempt from Biver. And for Skeeter, Hammer's going to come crashing down onto 33 and 9. Wukong's command out as well. Fada to fall. The ensnare holding 33 in position in the midst of this Monkey King ult as they take down a second. Saxa's ticking down low. He will also end up falling to the damage over time. Seb's going to continue to try and chase on, see if he can catch out 9. Over he goes, 9 out to the side. 9 will live. So they do get Topson. They do get Saxa. They'll lose a couple in return for it. So definitely not the worst there for Tundra. They keep Skeeter alive, and even though OG do drop the big combo, they don't manage to kill either Skeeter or 9.
Can they get any more kills here? It looks like 9 was chasing, but we're seeing them. I mean, they stuck Topson for sure. Skeeter with the blink, 9 as well. They both just stayed right on top of him, kind of playing on the outskirts of the Wukongs, being able to set up for that kill. Pretty decent. 2 for 2 when they have to blow so much on OG. All 3 ults getting expended.
Oh, I see this as well for Topson. He is queuing up the shard next. I mean, Cap said he didn't like the shard. I thought this shard's pretty good, isn't it? You don't rate this shard very highly?
Disarm. Right?
You know, yeah, against heroes like an Earth, if you're able to catch him when the ult's down.
But what if he's BKB? Then it's useless, right? So I mean, I'm a little mixed on it. As
that's true.
9, the instant assassinate. Okay.
I see Fada trying to. Yeah, I was going to say they got to slide him out of it. With those 4 staffs, as soon as he does make a go, they're in on him. As he's away around these rune spawns, looks like OG will be able to secure 3 of them. Seb's going to continue to chase on for Fada, and he's getting this kill. And off to the side, Note out. Then getting a catch onto Skeeter, but the blink. Any damage flies in. 33 having to hide in the trees. Also knows that Seb's around here. And Seb, after he's gone for this BKB, can now start to look back to scale. Getting that Ags on cue next. And oh, mid one.
They find mid one.
They sort of took a little bit of a wander through that jungle quite confidently, not expecting them to make the jump on him. They did. Had quite a kill streak as well, their mid one, of course. 7 kills, so Skeeter getting a good bit of money for that. 700 gold.
That's nearly the Basher finish. Yeah, that's going to be really nice for him to be able to stick on targets, and getting him closer to an Abyssal is definitely the absolute dream versus the Sniper and Gyro. He committed. He bought the shard. So, I mean, when the BKBs are down, the shard definitely has its merits, but we'll see how it works out as 9.
With the assassinate, he's locked down for a good amount of time, not quite long enough. 9's able to jump out. Exus isn't being popped by No-Tail, but taking some heavy hits here from 33. Also getting bashed by Roche.
Of course.
Getting very, very low. The rest of Tundra, though, weren't looking to chase at that moment in time. And they're happy to sort of back off, wait for the exorcism to come to an end.
How many 4-staffs does OG? Okay, they have the 1 4-staff. So they will have at least one way to reset Topson's positioning. It's still a little tough for him, so I guess that's why he's also looking at this concussive grenade. If he gets 4-staffed away, he can get maybe even the blink off, then he can reset. He's just going for this very obnoxious build that's going to be in the midst of everything, doing a lot of damage and just controlling too, while mid one is able to go for the full carry build now. So, I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe we could see some shenanigans with the build deviating.
And I know, as you said earlier, you're a bit concerned if he didn't get sort of the right click, but I think he gets away with it just because of the fact, you know, he has Seb, you know.
Yes.
He's essentially, he's going to be sort of the late game carry with it once he has his Ags, and then whatever his, you know, first sort of big carry item is going to be on top of that.
Fight's kicking off. Sox is in position.
Oh,
they get the hook shot.
He's able to start things off, trying to split mid one off to the side. Seb jumping over. He's looking for the connection onto Biver. He'll find it. Boundless strike straight down, and Biver's out of the fight.
It's all around this Roche area too that they both really want to control. Opposite sentries being placed down, and OG starting it with the butterfly on the gyrocopter. He can just stand there and tank it. He'll be fully sustained. Got a sentry on the high ground too. And yeah, Sox is going to keep scouting now with these illusions to give information of when they are trying to come in. So let's see what type of angle of approach Tundra does look to take. As I mean, the Roche is dying.
Yeah, they're sort of struggling to get in at all. I mean, OG just leaving. Mid one to do it for himself. Actually, Mid one stepping out. Look at it, was 33. 33 pots the BKB, tries to get away. But this butterfly is some heavy hits here from Mid one. At the same time, Skeeter's been able to find the backlines. Jumps in, commits fully onto Topson. He takes out the sniper, down for a minute. Now he moves over towards Mid one in rage pop, but he's been silenced. They're trying their best to kite him. Biver coming over the backup to lock Mid one down. Allows Skeeter to finish the kill. The song comes out from Saxa, but not before they've lost 2 cores. Saxa trying to turn with a hammer onto the 2 of them, but OG, they're just on a retreat here. They have to get out. Saxa's not going to be able to escape. The Bashers are there. They get the kills, and OG, they didn't finish Roche. So now Skeeter's able to step in. Tundra's going to get this for themselves.
And the angle of approach did not work for them. They tried to actually, OG's actually the one who chased out trying to get 33, almost kill him immediately, but it actually put Thompson. They found out where he was because of that, and Skeeter can just fully commit onto him from on top.
Yeah, but the concussive grenade just, as you said, isn't going to do anything when he's in with the BKB.
No.
So he's going to have very little ways to be saved, as there's only so much his team can do. Obviously, when that BKB is up as well from the Ursa, Saxa can't do anything with the Song. So most of these fights, if they get vision of Thompson and Skeeter's able to make the jump, they will get the kill.
They got to, I mean, I'm trying to think how they actually protect Thompson a little better. It's really only, Notel's literally the only one who can right now with the Force stuff. It's going to be problematic. It's going to have to be that, or they literally just have to have, I mean, Sox is Aghanims, but that takes a long time to be able to ensnare through the BKBs. They have to just be playing more aware of the positioning, I guess, just in a way, because Seb and, in particular, mid one peeled them away into a weird spot. So I think they just have to be playing more as a unit.
I mean, yeah, I guess items that he could buy himself as he could just like. Do you think a Ghost Scepter would make much difference if he does just pick that up on Thompson? I guess buy him time to if he's not getting hit then by the Ursa, maybe he has. Obviously, he's gonna need the Ghost Scepter and the Blink, but then he's gonna have some sort of chance of escaping.
I could definitely see an argument for it. Yeah, I mean, versus the Ursa, it always is going to be nice. Just not very great versus anyone else.
Yeah, true. Everyone else is going to just be benefited by it. I mean, it's a hard game. For a sniper, that's not surprising, right? Because it's a sniper. This hero is... It has its vulnerabilities when it's playing against these gap closers.
I just want to see him shoot the grenade. Okay, there we go. I got to see him shoot it. He used it in the base as I said it. I hadn't seen it yet, so it's kind of cool. Oh, and he also has the Quicksilver amulet. Okay, that makes sense. So he used it to actually go faster. Getting close to Abyssal on the Ursa. I mean, Skeeter is still off to a great, off to a great game. Like 5-0-4. He's really just the cement for this team at the moment.
No, he's playing it perfectly. This carry Ursa. We can see that on the farm. I mean, mid-1, I said, for the most part, mid-1's done an excellent job of keeping up with the farmer Skeeter, but at this stage, Skeeter is just such a potent hero. He jumps, commits on mid-1 or tops him with this Abyssal, and they're gonna struggle. It's for sure. Mid-1 has got the evasion of the butterfly, but Thompson for sure. He is so vulnerable to the Abyssal Blade Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is like Skeeter has done an excellent job of just this game of just himself and the target priority he's doing. He's always getting the right target, while mid-1 is being super reckless this game, right? 6 deaths. He's had 4 deaths before the 15-minute mark. So Skeeter definitely the MVP for me right now, how he's been controlling, and he's got Abyssal. So he's got a really big power spike. He can even, if they see Seb even out of position now, like anybody on the side of OG can just die instantly from this Ursa.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with any sort of backup.
Yeah, and they're swinging bottom. They have this ward down here for 1 more second, which sees Notel and mid-1 backing away.
These guys are looking pretty dead here. The hook shot in from Biver.
Sox is TPing already.
He's trying to get out. Nine's got the setup. As they open in onto mid-1, and with that Abyssal, there's no escape. There's no help for mid-1. Saxa as well tried to come to do something, but he cannot do so as Tundra. As long as they play around this Ursa, it's going to be very difficult for OG to deal with in these positions where OG is not ready as 5 members. Anytime they're split up at all, Tundra's lineup's going to kill them every time and very likely lose no one in return.
Just such a fast collapse. I mean, and you're already queuing up the next item because we said that butterfly from the gyro. They do I think there was a rocket to scout behind too to see Saxa coming in, who was actually stopped canceling his sleep, didn't find the opportunity. It's been Tundra now these last few moments, just really heads up plays and movements. Fada kind of leading the charge, leading the dictation of where they're going to be going. He's also getting significant farm. He's got a Hex queued up too, and they're really starting to pull ahead right now from OG. OG not getting their combos together, not being close together enough after that whole Roche situation. And like you said, so Blink is done. Now he tops and queues up the E-Blade.
Yeah, I mean, so it's the only thing that might help him a little bit, right? He knows that Skeeter is the big problem. He needs this.
They're ready for this fight again down bottom. All of OG's coming. They just saw Seb jump to the right side. They're actually recalling everybody too. Fada now going to recall his Void Spirit. All of OG at the ready this time.
They're trying to go in on Skeeter. That's a hard target. 9 trying to draw them off to the side. OG kind of split with sort of who they want to chase.
Nice disengage by Tundra.
Yeah, they know exactly what OG's looking for here, and they're not giving it to him. They're staying completely away, managing to have a good read of sort of OG's attempts to get some sort of action when it comes to finding them alone. But Tundra just keeping a step ahead. They'll likely concede this tier 2. They're not going to try and hold it.
They're going to smoke again.
Or maybe.
9 just finished a BKB. I think that's why they were giving a little more respect. He was 100 gold off. And yeah, they're going to TP fight into here.
Yeah, if OG stick around to try and finish the tower, they might get a chance for a good catch onto them. 9's going to start poking in towards Notel. Pots the BKB jumping over towards Daxa. They've taken out Seb. Saxa's going to go down as well. OG's got to retreat. They're trying to run, but 9's got this continued control onto Midbon. Midbon's going to try and turn towards Skeeter, but Skeeter is in with the bashes on top of Midbon. Midbon tries to turn and fight back, but he cannot deal with the Ursa in his face. 9 continues to toy with Thompson on the back, buying time for the rest of them to continue to chase him down. Will manage to blink up to the side. He's going for the TP out, but he has to cancel it and move to the side. The Remnant was out. Thompson will also fall, as OG just cannot get anything done right now. They stick around, they got the tower, but that was all the part of the plan for Tundra, as they come in with that sweep round from the high ground, and they win another solid team fight. They're now at 9k, and maybe OG's sort of crazy draft here has come to a bit of an end, as it doesn't seem to be working to the same extent that Tundra's lineup is right now, as their Ursa Skeeter, he's just unstoppable. They cannot deal with him.
No, he's an absolute beast. And now he's actually switched. He had the MKB queued up, and he just goes, whatever, I've won SNY. Who cares? Wants some status resist to be able to play around and all.
Yeah.
Some more movement speed, too. I mean, he's eating heroes anyway. I saw the Monkey King, Seb, in that last fight. Got abyssaled. 6 hits from Overpower. Another Overpower comes up. 6 hits, dead. And that's how the fight kicks off.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. Sure, there's a butterfly on Mid-1, but as you saw there, they don't really care too much about Mid-1 yet. The butterfly isn't scary enough on its own, and especially this stage where he still hasn't quite got the BKB. Yeah, they're killing him regardless if the Ursas are missing a few hits. So as long as Skeeter can stay alive, they're going to be in a pretty good position to win every fight they're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they even have they've been winning all these fights, and now they even have a Will-O-Wisp on top too. So Fada, he actually switches from the Hex. He goes for the Aghanims instead. This will be a great way. They can actually catch Seb off guard too. If he drops a Will-O-Wisp near trees, throws him off the trees, cuts him down. A lot of different things that they can do now. These fights, saying quite some time ago that it was looking tough for Tundra, but Tundra has completely turned it around after that whole Roche situation. Full control, firm grasp.
Oh, 9. He's going to let's try and set things up onto Seb. BKB's out. Seb just going to have a bit of annoyance there from these Viper strikes. Of course, 33, the Aghanims. I mean, it's going to be all over the place. 10-second cooldown, basically a 50% uptime on the Viper strike that he can just continue to throw down onto, any of the cores, and make it very hard for them to stay on any target.
Sox is trying to space make however he can with these illusions, getting a Meteor Hammer up top. Decent damage on the tower. We'll put it into deny range, and they should be able to get it. They will. Fada will.
Top tower has been denied.
Trying to think when the fights for OG get a little bit easier. I mean, they do have the Ghost Scepter on Topson, and they have a BKB now on mid one, which will give them some type of protection. But there's so much overwhelming damage from the Ursa, and he's getting on top of these heroes every time. It's hard. And now he's got the overpower talent too, so he's got 9 hits instead of the 6. Let's see mid one. He's walking directly up the hill into them.
Now you can see, OG, as soon as whether they're around, OG, they're no longer quite as aggressive as they've been trying to play.
Oops, jumps into the Remnant.
They're still a little scared about going here as well, though, Tundra. They want to wait for more information, see if OG really are trying to go for a fight here.
They have a feeling that Seb's still doing this monkey business in the trees, just constantly scouting with Remnants and rockets. Yeah, they still know. As soon as he jumps out now, yeah, they're still scouting. neutral items being picked up. This will be a nice one for Topson to not show his face and just hide in the back lines with ninja gear.
Yeah, this actually could make all the difference. Because even if they do try and go for these blinks upon him, you know, chances that with that ninja gear, they won't know exactly where he is, and he's able to get the blink away before Skeeter's able to get the first hit on him, if Topson's quick.
Yeah, he's keeping it too. Like, he had the option now to get a flicker, and he's keeping it. Now there's an illusionist cape. This could be tempting for him to at least be switching in and out. Really going to be up to these big fights if OG's able to somehow get them back here, as Tundra just controlling this game for the last
Skeeter.
10+ minutes. Skeeter.
He's going to run into Mid-Bomb. Mid-Bomb trying to chase. Who's he got with him? Yeah, the entirety of OG, same to be said for Tundra. And both teams just making sure that they're never really too far away from each other right now. They know that the opposite side is always wanting to look to go for a 5-on-5, and especially around this sort of timing. Roshan's back up.
Skeeter can do some big stuff here too. He also has his own ninja gear. It's going to be back up in about 15 seconds if he'd like to go for some type of wraparound plays. Look for the sniper in those weird positions. I mean, he has the potential.
OG's trying to catch them from behind here. At the same time, Tundra, they're smoked up on the high ground. So who's going to make the jump first? As there's the Boundless down, they've found themselves the Ursa. Skeeter will put the BKB-9, jumping in straight away over towards Saxa. Over they go towards No-Tail. The BKB's out from mid-ball, but they've got the control. The hookshot comes straight in. Buying time for Skeeter to just punch into the gyro, take mid-one out. There'll be a buyback from No-Tail, but I don't think he's going to be able to do anything to save Topson and Seb here as Topson jumped upon again by 9. Topson, he's trying to hold his ground. He pops the Ghost Scepter, giving him some chance to run, but Skeeter's in with the Abyssal. The Ghost form comes to an end as Topson falls. 4 dead on OG. As again, it just seems too hard for OG to fight right now. Tundra just too far ahead, and Skeeter just absolutely uncontrollable.
Again, they get the wraparound. They kill the 2 supports before the fight even starts. It's a 3v5 as soon as it kicks off. They find Sox, and it's just looking hard for OG to really kick any fight off. They don't want to start with just an initial sleep of him running in, since he has the ag. Just because of the way it all goes down, he wants to be able to get it after these BKBs wore off. And they just find him immediately, so they can't actually look to reset at all, and it's just an awkward place for OG. And we're seeing Rapiers getting queued up. I think they're also feeling these last few moments have just been Tundra entirely favored.
Oh, they really have. The graph's just been on the up and up for Tundra. It's just a question of, do OG have some sort of major strengths holding the high ground? I mean, they do have a sniper, but Topson's build has just really taken a hit. It's slowed down completely, really, in the second half of this game with the way that these fights have been going, and it's at a point that even on the high ground, I don't think Tundra's going to be too fearful about just jumping past tier 3s and finding a way to get on top of him. They're ready to fight him under tier 4s with how big some of their heroes are.
Yeah, definitely don't want to make too many overzealous moves, though, jumping into that high ground. Just wait till OG looks to make a mistake, because that's still a place, that's probably the only place where OG can come back now. It doesn't look like there's a single chance for them to win fights outside with the way that Tundra's been approaching, so just don't lose to yourself now, pretty much, going on that high ground. They have such a good commanding lead, and yeah, still continuing to control the map very nicely. Swinging the way toward top, no hesitation after they get the other lanes pushed out.
We do see, of course, the kills at the top. The number, it has aligned. But really, could this be a game where a turnaround occurs? It seems hard to find it right now with the way that Tundra's playing and how far ahead they are. It's very hard to sort of see a way it turns around at this stage.
Yeah. And Skeeter's got about 8,000 gold in the bank.
He's just saving up. And level 27 as well. Absolutely top tier Ursa performance this game from him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Oh gee, they're going to have to head back soon. Do something about this defense. They do manage to get at least the bottom lane and the mid lane all the way pushed over, so we'll just have to be this top wave to deal with.
Topson's got an arcane, and he is a sniper, so he's going to start getting this big defense. 33. They're actually going to be able to maybe chase out for him, but the recall's coming 9.
Everyone's trying to go in on this. The Will-O-Wisp is down. Mid-1 pots the BKB, but Skitter's in with the Abyssal. They'll try and knock him back with a concussive grenade, but he's able to get straight back in onto Mid-1. Saxa will come in with the save. Pops the song, allows Mid-1 to retreat. Can they do anything aggressive with this, though? Saxa tries to lay down the Meteor Hammer, but Skitter's already out with the Earth Shot. But they do save Mid-1.
This is crazy too. Now that Will-O-Wisp is not an ultimate technically, I'm watching Fada just refresh its timer. He just is chakra magicking himself. It's almost back up now.
Oh, that's true actually.
Yeah,
and as you say, sure,
he's gonna do it again.
It's a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's better than ever.
Yep.
A mid-9. Oh,
Dissimilate.
He's in with the Dissimilate stun. He gets the setup onto the turn, and there's the Will-O-Wisp. You say it's already back up. They're ready for another round. Skitter's in, trying to commit on a Mid-1. Mid-1's out to the side. He tries to keep himself safe with the Ghost Center, but the blast comes in, finishes him off. Mid-1's down for 90. It's a massive Wukong's command from Seb. Will allow him to take down Skitter the once. Can they do it a second time? Remnant being in position. Skitter getting forced out to the side. He's able to get out of the ult. He'll be okay for now. A turn with the Vibe Strike onto No-Tail. He's ready to go in for another round in 9. Jumps in with a Dissimilate. No-Tail's dead. Stun out onto Seb. Seb's out for the count for 100 seconds. None of their heroes with buyback available. As Tundra, they're ready to go for the objectives, ready to go for the game end. They know that these heroes are unable to buy back into this, or at least unlikely to do so with their recent item pickups. As it's left to Saxa and Thompson to try and hold this off, but they can't. Skeeter's in onto Saxa. And they're ending the game here. A tier 4s are falling. 9. Over he goes. He does die. Thompson has got a buyback. Saxa trying to slow this down with the song, but the Ancient, it's already at half HP. They're able to finish it off no trouble as game 2 goes to Tundra.